Vlogadome video on the subject of the Drake equation, pretty much. Neil deGrasse Tyson, this is one of his many performances where he basically says the same thing over and over and over.
That it would be inexcusably egocentric to suggest that we are alone in the cosmos. The chemistry is too rich to declare that. The universe too vast. There are more stars in the universe than grains of sand in all the beaches of the world. There are more stars in the universe than all the sounds and words ever uttered by all humans who have ever lived. To say we're alone in the universe. No, we haven't found life outside of Earth yet. We're looking. Haven't looked very far yet. Galaxies this big, we looked about that far. But we're looking. And how about life on Earth? Is it hard to form? Just because we don't know how to do it in the lab doesn't mean nature had problems. So it may be, given that information, that given the right ingredients, which are everywhere, life may be inevitable, an inevitable consequence of complex chemistry.
So all this projection based on no evidence whatsoever. There's no evidence. I'll put in down below some text. There's just no evidence for our existence except our existence. There's no evidence that any of this ever happens where chemistry forms in such a way as to create a replicator, and especially one that does it with a blueprint molecule that does the evolving and then creates demonstration models to actually endure the process of natural selection. So there's nothing, just no other evidence outside of us. So there's no other civilizations that formed. Maybe they had a billion-year head start on us. Still produced nothing. No evidence of it. They would be making a noise loud enough for us to hear if they had a billion-year head start. So there's just nothing to indicate anywhere in the universe that this happens, ever, except for happening here. The fact that we can't make one, another strike against it. The fact that it didn't happen a second time on planet Earth, ever. Not in any other form, not one amino acid change, not any kind of anything, nothing. Just no evidence except for one time did chemistry fall into the perfect storm to create a replicator that could evolve. That's it. That's all the evidence there is. One event. And from one event, you can't tell whether the lottery is a 1 in a million lottery or a 1 in 10 trillion. You'd have no way of knowing. If you won the 1 in 10 trillion lottery, the odds are against it. The intergalactic lottery, the odds are 1 in a gazillion cubed. You wouldn't be able to tell the difference between that and the pick 6 or flipping a coin. You'd have no way from one instance, from one event, telling the difference from winning something that was 50-50 to winning something that was 1 in forever. And so he says, see, all this hyperbole, all this talk with not one single bit of evidence on the positive side beyond the fact that we're here. No other evidence indicating easy chemistry, simple chemistry, likely chemistry, possible chemistry, feasible chemistry. If the truth is it takes 7 lightning strikes on a Wednesday, hitting the head of a pin in a row within 10 seconds of each other, if that's the rules of life creation, yeah, it ain't going to happen a second time.
If that's the case, we look around our own solar system, we look at Mars. All the evidence suggests that Mars was once a wet, fertile place. An oasis. There are dried riverbeds and floodplains and river deltas and meandering rivers. It's all bone dry now. Something bad happened on Mars.
Yeah, well, what we do know is there's no Statue of Liberty sticking out of the sand. There's no evidence of any kind of civilization. The projection that it might have been bacterial life on Earth, that abiogenesis may have happened on Earth, and a rock flew here with the dirty junk on it, the duty. You can speculate, but it doesn't mean anything. It still means the abiogenesis still had to happen. The chemistry that ferments the building blocks, that creates the basic structure of replication, which is not a simple process. Chemistry doesn't just replicate. It just doesn't do it. Okay, it has to be especially arranged for it to master that feat of genetic replication, where it can do it a second time, where the thing it makes is exactly what it is, and it also copies itself. Not a simple process, especially in the context where to do anything it needs to evolve. It's got to be more than just forming crystals. It's got to be capable of forming more complex compounds, new compounds. It's got to be able to change. It's got to be error code. Yeah, I didn't put the timer on. So, yeah, well, I'm at 5 minutes. I think I made enough of the arguments. But, yes, there's no positive evidence beyond the fact that we're here, which means nothing. It can't be used as any kind of probability analysis. This one sample provides no information. And besides that fact that we're here, there's no other evidence anywhere in science, anywhere in all observations of the universe and the Earth that are positive to the claim that replicating life forms are a realistic, probabilistic, inevitable, as he stated, consequence of the material universe. Okay, enough said.